What are we keeping an eye on this week? So the biggest storylines to sort of vaguely make sure that you're kind of just like, just keep an eye on. Just keep an eye on. Just keep an eye on Port Adelaide and Geelong.
Just in general, pretty
Those
much.
two teams have been reeling. So you're trying to keep an eye on the simple fact of whether or not they can show some heart and bounce back. So as I talked about, with those outs for the Cats, that's huge. That's massive. The country game. Oh, God, what are they going to do? Played in the city. But against the hated rivals of the Bombers, can they show a bit of something? Can Chris Scott take it to brother Brad? And the Power, I mean, this is it. Like, this is put up or shut up time for the Power. They have to actually
so much pressure on their coach.
It's literally coming down to the players going, how much heart do we have? What are we doing?
Yep.
Finn Layson is just an absolute flog of a bloke and a flog of a player this season. And I want to see him step up and do something.
Good call.
Because the Power, God, they've been horrible. Show us something.
Yep.
Simple as that. Keep an eye on it. Because if they keep spiraling, they could both miss the 8.
Which is, it's crazy because they were flying at the start.
Essendon against a good team.
I just put him in, this in there.
Oh, I love this.
Just against the side pushing for finals. They haven't beaten one team in the top 11. You got Geelong thereabouts pushing for finals. So just to see if they can just flex their muscles against a good team.
So it's a fascinating setup again for Essendon. I'm going to say fascinating setup one more time.
It's how many times you said that?
They were pushed by West Coast. Pushed by West Coast to the point where they were like, oh, God, are we going to lose this?
I know. Well, twice this season pushed by West Coast.
Exactly. So they really need to just go, hang on.
Yeah.
We can take care of Geelong. If they do so, they're legit, and away we go. Gold Coast and how they react to the Pies fan stats, boy.
There's going to be a lot of loud Pies fans at People's First. Oh, it's going to be chaos. So there'll be the Collingwood chant going around. If they can have a lead halfway through the fourth quarter and just shut down that Collingwood noise, then they can win.
And I think the big one that I'm looking on Friday night for the Ds, are we seeing anything from the Ds? Or if they don't give us anything, their season's cooked.
They're done. Yeah.
Like, you can just pack it up.
I think it is done already, yeah.
No Petrarca, no Ds, question mark. And if they don't show up against Brisbane, which is a tough one at the best of times, at the Gabba, when they've sort of reasserted themselves, watch out. This could be a bloodbath.
Yep.
The thing is, Brisbane's midfield mix, look, this is one of those things, right? It's really clicked. It's been really good. The offense has been fantastic. They bring Will Ashcroft back. It's one of those things like addition, awesome, but we're all clicking.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, is this suddenly too many mouths to feed?
Because Ashcroft, he actually did pretty well when he was playing forward. He's kicked a couple of goals last year.
So they might start him forward?
They'll start him forward, I reckon, but yeah, it's just a bit funny because their forward line's firing. You don't really want to mess with that too much.
Named on the bench, but I think they'll be fine because they're that good and the Ds are in that much turmoil that they should be right. But just keep an eye on it. I just want to know about this Brisbane vibe about can they get back to the Gabatoir, of course. Should they just absolutely put Melbourne to the sword? But really, that midfield mix, does it alleviate some of the pressure on Neil and Dunkley to do everything?
Yep.
Zorko on halfback, etc. Ashcroft, a little bit extra skill here. I don't know. I'm very interested to see what happens.
Nice.